as I've made this video, it's been really beneficial to me to reflect and hear the things that were said and also some of the things that weren't said as they relate to my job, and has helped me to think about ways that I can improve as a leader and a principal. So hopefully you will be able to do the same. I invite you to take some notes and reflect as you hear what faculty members have to say, parents, and students. Greetings, principals. When I realized that I wouldn't be able to make it to the final meeting, but that we are supposed to do a presentation, I thought one of the things I thought would be good to present is just how good leaders listen and to see the perspectives from a variety of students and parents and employees. So I thought I'd make this video and share it. Hopefully it's of value if they decide to use it. I'm sorry I'm not there, and wish you the best. It's been great learning with you.
As a first grade teacher, I believe that a principal should be an advocate for both students and for teachers in creating an environment where we can be successful. I also believe that they should be an active participant in goal setting, both at the school level and as classroom and even individuals, to help us to reach for bigger things than what we might have thought of for ourselves. I also believe that principals should be invested in students individually as much as possible. I think that as I've watched principals get to know students by learning their names, interacting in classroom settings, being out at the playground and being playing at recess, they show students that they really care about them and are invested in their future success and are interested in what they're doing in class. As a teacher, I also have appreciated that when I have gone to a principal and asked for help in a specific area, that they have been willing to facilitate resources and tools and materials, professional development, or just time to collaborate with others to help me become the teacher that I need to be, to help me to always be learning and growing as well.
I'm the lunch manager, and I feel a good principal has good communication, is supportive of his team members and allows them to do their job, but lets them know when they're not doing their job. It's very helpful if they're flexible and cooperative. In the lunchroom we have a lot of changes, especially the last few years. And so to have some flexibility, to be able to have lunch workers again is amazing. But to have that flexibility to be able to change things if we need to, and be able to just talk about it and fix it quickly is helpful in the kitchen where we have some things happen very quickly. You just need to be on top of it. A good principal also has a good structure in place in being an example and a mentor to the kids, to the teachers, to everyone in the school. A good leader. They're fun and empathetic and caring. The best principals are fun and enjoy being around the kids and the people, and always have time when you just need to talk or whatever, say hi. They are always responding. All the good principals I've had have been very respectful and helpful, good listeners, patient, and just lots of fun. Ones that have been problems have been ones that don't have time to listen. I don't always need someone to fix the problem. Sometimes I just need someone to help me talk through it, and being a good listener and patience and goes a long way in that.
As a head custodian, what I look for in a principal is someone that is supportive, concerned about what is going on in the custodial department, shows a genuine concern about the custodians and how they're doing their day-to-day activities, what that principal can do to help them during their course of their duties during the day. I look for a principal that's fun to be around, that has a good sense of humor, that isn't afraid to jump in when there's a practical joke going on and participating in that. I look also for a principal that is concerned about everyone in the school, not just the custodians, the teachers, but he's concerned with the students as well and their well-being. And his interaction with those students make a big difference with us as custodians, because they have more respect for keeping the school clean, the lunchroom clean, picking up after themselves in the classrooms when they feel like the principal supports them and is their friend and their mentor. And that is what I believe is the most important things from a principal.
Hi, as a librarian, I would just suggest to principals to be involved in the specialties around the school and make them feel valued and important. Visit their classes and see what's going on, give them input. I love that my principal is so invested in what I'm doing and makes it just a great experience here in the library. So that would be my biggest thing, is to be invested in what we're doing as a specialty, because even though we're the fun part of the school, I think it brings great value to what we're doing. Thanks.
Hi. As a 5th grade teacher, one of the most important things I think a perfect or great or supportive principal would do would be to have my back. And that means have my back in the way of discipline, helping me out with students that are rough or I'm having trouble with, knowing that I always have my principal's support, and that if I'm doing my best, my principal's going to be there for me. Another area of having my back would also be making sure as a 5th grade teacher I have the computers I need, the materials I need to do the projects I want. We write a lot in 5th grade, so that's an important thing in 5th grade. But one of the biggest things I also think is for a principal to recognize the hard work we're putting in, to give a compliment here and there, or even recognition of, hey, I noticed you did this with your class, it was amazing, great job. I've had several principals do that, and I can tell you it makes all the difference. We don't get paid a ton as teachers, so when I have a principal that's willing to say, hey, great job, I really love how you did this, or that looked really great, I love what you're doing with your kids, or this was amazing, that is more than enough for most of us. We put in so many hours and we work so hard, as do you as principals, that just a simple thank you is sometimes just really appreciated. I think on your end as well. I would never want that job. It's a very difficult job that you have, and I've had some amazing principals in my time, and I've been in 3 different states, multiple schools, and was even a director of a preschool myself. So I understand the role you play and how hard it is. So I'd say the last thing is being flexible with us, knowing we're human and we're doing our best, and saying, hey, sometimes we can take this off the plate. This isn't so important. Realize that we know and are working hard to accomplish all the goals we can, and we're doing our best all the time. So knowing that, hey, every once in a while taking a little something off is a good thing. So I want to thank you guys and principals, and especially my current principal, for all the hard work, and I feel very supported in my school by my principal, and thank you for all that you do for us.
So as an instructional coach, some of the things that I feel are important in a principal, some of the qualities that I would look for in a principal, is someone who creates a school culture with the faculty. They don't have that top-down approach. Instead, they lead with the leadership team. They know how to put the right people in the right places, meaning like grade level teams, leadership teams, and all those other different assignments. They're really good at figuring that out. That principals should trust the teachers and the teams, show them respect and appreciation for what they do. I feel like they should have a vision that's visible to the faculty and to the community, and has a plan on how to execute that vision. I also feel like they aren't one of those that's going to chase that next shiny thing, but they value change and they do it when it's right. Especially as a coach, I feel like a principal needs to trust the coach and build a good working relationship with me. Communication is very, very important. And I also feel like it's important for the principal to build a culture at the school where the coach and coaching is seen as a valuable resource. There's lots of different things that we can look at as we're looking at what a great principal is. Those are just a few of the things that I think of right now.
I remember my elementary school principal very vividly, and the reason I remember him is because he knew my name, and I remember thinking how really cool that was. He was there to greet us when we got there in the morning. He was out on the playground with us, and he was there to say goodbye as we left every day. And I just remember thinking how really neat that was, that he knew me, that he knew all of the kids that went to our elementary school, and that he made the effort to be visible and seen. It especially meant more to me as I got older and watched my children go through their own elementary, junior high, and high school experiences and realized that they didn't have quite the same experience as I did. And it especially came to light as one of my sons told me that he didn't even know who his principal was until he shook his hand as he crossed the graduation stage. And I thought that was pretty unfortunate. I think a good principal is one who's visible, who is available, and who cares genuinely about the kids in his school. I am working now as an elementary school secretary, and I think the most important thing is to have good communication between the principal and I, to make sure that nothing's being missed, or to make sure that what I'm seeing that he is aware of, and vice versa. Having that communication open makes sure that everything is running smoothly, or as smoothly as it can, and that we've got things covered, that we're on the same page, and I think that is really important.